Hello Patreon supporters, just showing you a bit of the setup I'm going through for this digital video. Oh, hang on a minute, better start this recording. There we go. I'm just showing you some of the setup that I'm doing here for the footage to show you how cameras work, how FPV cameras, they make most cameras work. And this is a practice run. I do this first so that I can pick up any real issues that I might find in the presentation and the technical setup on the bench. Obviously I have to clear the bench properly before I do this for the final shots, but I'll go through it with you so you get a bit of a heads up on this. Now, what we're looking at on the screen here on the oscilloscope is what we call a composite video signal. And you can see as I move this camera around, that changes, because what we're seeing is actually one line of the video. And if I point this up the lights, see how it's turned into a bit of a hump. In fact, I'll point at this piece of white paper, is probably better. See that? There's a hump there. So ignore that stuff that appears periodically. But there's sort of like a dip, and then there's a hump, and a dip, and a hump. That hump is white. That's what white looks like on the composite video signal. And each one of those humps there is one line of the picture, one of the scan lines of the picture. So the picture's made up of lots of horizontal lines. Each line appears like that. So we're looking at one single line, and on an NTSC system, that's one of 500 and something lines. On a PAL system, it's one of 600 and something lines. So what I wanted to show you was, if I cover up the camera, notice it goes down now. See, that's the white level as it's called. This is the black level. Notice how it all sinks down there, and the hump is much lower. So black is at the bottom, white is at the top. So from that you can, oops, the wire's fallen off. See, this is the stuff you have to do because something's happened here. Why is that stopped? Oh, something's going on. They've got a short circuit somewhere. Oh yeah, God, jeez. Oh dear. As I say, this is why I do the testing, because you just don't know. There we go, back to working now. You don't know what is going to happen, so I have to make sure my connections are a bit better. So yeah, you got the white level and the black level. So as the picture gets brighter, the voltage goes up, and as it gets darker, it goes down. So I've got here a piece of black and white paper, or a piece of paper with a black stripe on it. So can you guess what this line is going to look like? Remember, this is white, which is high, that's black, which is low, and that's white, which is high. Let's shine the camera at it and see. Look, there you go. You can see, as I say, again, apart from those bursts there, you can see the black line is a dip in that hump. And if I move the camera across, you can see the black line is a different position on the horizontal. I'm moving it horizontally, so we're getting it in a different position on the scan line, on each line. So this is one line of the picture, and as I move the camera backwards and forwards, that black bar, which appears as a sort of downward hump, that moves backwards and forwards. If I move up and down, nothing happens, because it doesn't affect the vertical, it's only the horizontal we're looking at there. So that's kind of cool. That's how camera works. And on the whiteboard I'll show an explanation. I will put all this together and show you how a picture is made up and what the composite video means. So yeah, but this is behind the scenes. I'm sorry this is taking so long, because there's so much of the stuff I've had to do to try and make this work. Now, what I'm also been doing, of course, is doing a lot of research on how we might be able to build a low-cost standard def digital video system that will operate without the need for, or be far less affected by multiple users on the same band. Hopefully it'll give us the kind of 2.4 freedom, the freedom we have on 2.4 gigs. And I thank you for all the people who have commented on the last Patreon video I put up. Then this is just a follow-up from that. There's a lot of chips out there. They don't do exactly what I want, but some of them are getting pretty close. But I'm trying to find a solution, looking as if the price, if I can get it sorted, the component cost is going to be around about the $50 to $60 for a transmitter, and about the same for the receiver. So it's not going to be hugely expensive. Of course, on top of that, you've got if we get them built, there's the cost of manufacturing and all that sort of stuff, and a bit of firmware to be written. But I'll try and keep the cost under $100 at each end for a ready-to-go board, or a board you can buy and then build into your own system. And so far, it's not looking too bad. Now, as I say, we've still got a way to go. I'm not going to promise anything yet, but I will keep showing you some of the behind the scenes. And this is just quite a cool thing that really shows how the composite video signal works. And what I will do is hopefully release the first part of this video explaining how analog FPV works. This is obviously analog, explaining how this works. I'll be doing that hopefully before the end of this week. It's blowing a gale outside now, so I've got time to do this because I've got nothing else I can do. And stay tuned. Yeah, this is, unfortunately, the big subject videos are really time, labour intensive. I've tried lots of stuff which hasn't worked. This is going to look okay. See, I've got my little camera here to capture that because I'll put that as an inlay in the corner of the picture. And yeah, we'll see how we go from there. But in the meantime, I am working hard for you people. Stay tuned. And oh, while you're here, where'd it go? Got some stuff came in yesterday. You might be interested in. I'm going to put this up against the run cam. This is the Fox Ear. What do they call it? For now, the Fox Ear. Scratch me. Oh, it's just the code. Fox Ear Predator. Predator micro camera looks very similar to the Runcam Sparrow, is it? So we'll put those up side by side, and this will be going on my Pulnudium FPV model that I'm building. If you haven't seen what Pulnudium models are, have a look at my XJet channel. I built a RC model for $2, aside from the electronics and that, which you could have scavenged from a broken model or something like that. So really cheap models. Flies really well. I've been having a great ball flying that thing. So there you go. This camera review coming up. Also, when the weather clears, the summer has been a bust. I mean, like, normally by now, it's the third week in January. We've got long, fine days, calm winds. Today, overcast, supposed to pea down tomorrow over 1 inch an hour, and the winds are already up to about 40 km, so I can't do anything outside. Can't even test a camera like this because the conditions are so crap. Anyway, there you go. I've rambled on enough for one day. Stay tuned. This series is going to be a winner, I think. There's so much information in here that people, I think, will open doors. You'll realise what goes on in an FPV system, and hopefully at the end of it we'll come out with something that will change the FPV scene, at least a little bit. Thanks for watching, bye for now, and thank you for your continued support.